The warning ignored the deep space radar screens, blinked red. The human space station Sentinel, far from Earth, picked up an enormous signal. It was not just one ship or two. It was a massive fleet. 847 alien warships. We're heading toward the solar system. Commander Jackson Lee stood by the main console. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp and alert. He had seen many threats before, but this was unlike anything he had ever faced. The size of the alien fleet was terrifying. "Sir," said the radar operator, "these ships are moving fast. They seem to be on a direct path to Earth." Jackson nodded slowly. "Prepare the fleet. Send an urgent message to Earth Command. We need every warship ready for battle." Back on Earth, in the command room deep underground, Admiral Marla Shun received the warning. The screen showed the approaching fleet. The number was clear. 847 alien warships. She frowned. "Are you sure this is not a mistake?" She asked the communications officer. "No mistake, Admiral. The signal is strong and clear. We must prepare." But many others in the room were not convinced. Some council members whispered, "It is probably just a scout fleet. The aliens may not want war." Others said, "We have peace treaties with the nearby alien empires. They would not send such a large fleet." Admiral Chun knew better. "We cannot ignore this warning. Prepare all defense systems. Ready every ship." But not everyone followed her orders. Many in the government delayed. They sent diplomats instead of warships. They wanted to talk first. Meanwhile, on the edge of the solar system, the lone human battleship USS Dauntless waited silently. Captain Myra Reyes stood on the bridge. The ship was old, battered, and not the fastest. Other humans called it ugly. But Myra knew the Dauntless had strength no one could see. It was built with secret technology, designed to fight hard. And smart. "Captain, the fleet is almost here," said her first officer. Lieutenant Brooks. Myra looked out the window at the stars. Soon those stars would be filled with warships. "Prepare for contact," she said quietly. "This battle will decide our fate." The aliens arrived quickly. Their ships filled the sky like a dark cloud. The 847 warships moved in perfect formation. Their weapons glowed with deadly power. The alien commanders sent a message. It was cold and cruel. "Humans, surrender now. Your defeat is certain." Captain Myra did not reply with words. She gave one order: raise shields, ready weapons. The Dauntless fired the first shot. It was small but precise. The aliens were surprised. They expected humans to surrender or run, but the humans fought, hard and fast. The Dauntless moved through the enemy fleet, dodging blasts and returning fire. Back on Earth, the leaders watched in shock. The aliens were powerful. The humans had few ships. It seemed impossible to win, yet the Dauntless kept fighting. Captain Mira's voice was calm, but strong over the ship's speakers. "We will not back down. We fight for Earth, for all humans." As the battle began, many wondered, could one ugly human battleship really stand against 847 alien warships? The warning had been sent, but it was ignored. Now, Earth's fate rested on the shoulders of one ruthless human captain and her battered ship. The fight for survival had just begun. First contact. The stars around the USS Dauntless seemed to burn brighter as the alien fleet closed in. The sky was alive with the hum of engines and the sharp glow of distant weapons charging. Captain Mira Reyes stood steady on the bridge, her eyes never leaving the main view screen. Across the void, alien ships shifted in formation like a vast sea of dark metal. The alien commanders watched with cruel smiles. To them, the human ship was nothing more than an ugly rock in their path, weak and outdated. "Look at that vessel," the alien Admiral Vrax hissed. "One ship against us all. This will be a quick victory. Vrax's second, a sharp-eyed officer named Rillis, shook his head. They are reckless but foolish. They must surrender before we destroy them. Back on the Dauntless, the crew worked fast and silent. The ship's systems were old but carefully maintained. Hidden deep inside were weapons and shields no enemy. Expected, Lieutenant Brooks approached Captain Mira. "Sir, the alien message just ended." "No reply from us yet." Myra's jaw tightened. No reply. "Let them hear our actions instead." Suddenly, the Dauntless fired a pulse of energy that struck the nearest alien ship square in its engine core. The alien vessel shuddered and spun. Out of formation, causing confusion, alien ships immediately targeted the Dauntless with heavy fire. Explosions lit up space, but the human ship's shields held firm. On the alien bridge, Admiral Vrax's face darkened. "They are stronger then. We thought. Increase firepower." As alien beams hammered the Dauntless, Captain Mira gave another order. "Activate stealth thrusters. Prepare for evasive maneuvers." The Dauntless slipped between the enemy lines, moving fast and unpredictable. It struck with precision, disabling weapons and engines on several alien ships. The alien commanders grew worried. This human ship fights with skill and fury. They are not just angry, they are dangerous. Meanwhile, deep inside the Dauntless, the crew felt the pressure but held their nerve. Each crew member knew what was at stake. Engineer Patel spoke quietly to herself. "We may be old, but we will not break." The battle raged on. The Dauntless became a ghost in space, striking hard, then disappearing. Suddenly, a strange signal pulsed through the Dauntless's communications. It was not from the aliens. It was faint, encrypted, and almost like a whisper. Captain Mira's eyes narrowed. "What is that?" "Signal. Decrypted." Lieutenant Brooks worked fast. "It's alien, but not hostile. The message says, you are not alone." Myra's heart quickened. Could there be an ally in this fight? Or a trap? She looked out at the vast alien fleet and said, "This war is bigger than we know. We must be ready for anything." The Dauntless fired again. The war had truly begun. Asterisk. The clash begins. The vastness of space turned into a deadly battlefield. The USS Dauntless was no longer just a lone ship. It was a storm moving through the enemy fleet. Captain Mira Reyes stood firm on the bridge. Her crew's eyes were wide, but steady. Each moment counted. One wrong move could mean the end. "Enemy fire incoming," shouted Lieutenant Brooks. Beams of bright energy zipped toward the Dauntless. The ship shook under the strikes, but its shields held. Mira clenched her fists. "Return fire. Target their lead cruisers." The human ship's cannons roared. Explosions erupted on the alien warships. The aliens hissed in anger and surprise. No one had expected such fierce resistance. Suddenly, the Dauntless was caught in a net of alien fighters. Small, fast ships swarmed like angry hornets. Evasive maneuvers. "We can't let them pin us down," Mira commanded. The ship twisted and turned through the swirling enemy. The crew fired missiles and lasers, knocking down attackers one by one. Amid the chaos, an unexpected sight appeared on the view screen. A lone alien cruiser was moving toward the Dauntless, but it was not attacking. Instead, it was sending a message. "Open channel," Mira ordered, her voice steady despite the tension. The alien cruiser's captain appeared on screen. His face was different from the others, calm, almost sympathetic. "I am Captain Rillen of the Zyrek fleet," he said quietly. "We do not wish to fight you. Your strength and courage have made us question this war." Myra's eyes narrowed. "Why help us? What do you want?" Ryland's image flickered. "There are forces in the galaxy that want to control everyone. The war you face is just the beginning. Join us or fall alone." Before Mira could respond, The alien fleet around them surged forward, attacking with renewed fury. "Rillen is a traitor," growled an alien officer behind him. "Destroy the human ship and silence his lies." The Dauntless was pulled back into battle. Ryland's cruiser slipped away into the darkness, leaving a new mystery behind. Captain Mira looked at her crew. "This war is bigger than just us. We fight not only for Earth, but for freedom in the galaxy." The crew nodded, ready to face whatever came next. The clash had truly begun, and no one knew how it would end. Got****'s unexpected ally. The battle raged around the USS Dauntless, stars exploding into bright flashes as ships fired their deadly weapons. But Captain Myra Reyes Mind was on the mysterious Captain Rillen and his strange message. Who can we trust? She wondered aloud. The galaxy was full of enemies, and now a possible ally. Lieutenant Brooks stared at the communication logs. "Captain, I found more messages from Rillen. They say there is a hidden force working against all alien empires. They want control of every star system." Mira nodded slowly. "That explains the sudden attack. This war is not just about humans. It is about freedom." Suddenly, the Dauntless's sensors picked up a fast ship approaching, not firing, just moving carefully. Unknown ship approaching. The sensor officer called out. The ship stopped near the Dauntless, lowering its shields as a sign of peace. A new alien appeared on the screen, a female, tall and graceful, with deep blue skin and shining silver eyes. "I am Lyra of the Zyrek fleet," she said softly. "We come as friends. We want to help you." Myra studied her. "Why should we trust you?" Lyra's voice was steady but urgent. "Because the enemy you face is stronger than any one race. We have watched your courage. It gives us hope." The Dauntless's crew exchanged glances. This was risky. But without allies, they would surely fall. "All right," Mira said. "Tell us what you know." Lyra shared secret information about the hidden force, their weapons, tactics, and plans. She warned that if the alien empires failed, the hidden force would control the galaxy. As the Dauntless and the Zyrek ship joined forces, the human crew felt a spark of hope. They were no longer alone, but the enemy fleet noticed. Their attacks grew fiercer, trying to crush this new alliance before it could grow. Captain Mira tightened her grip on the console. "This fight is bigger than we thought. But together, we stand a chance." The battle was far from over, and new dangers were coming. Asterisk. The human secret, the USS Dauntless floated silently beside the Zyrek ship, shadows of alien warships closing in from every side. Captain Mira Reyes stood calm but alert. The enemy believed they had the humans cornered, but they were wrong. Deep inside the Dauntless, hidden behind layers of steel and technology, was a secret weapon. It was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Lieutenant Brooks walked quickly to the captain's side. "Captain, the secret weapon is ready. We can't wait much longer." Myra nodded. "Prepare to activate on my command." Outside, the alien fleet pressed forward. Their weapons glowed, aiming to end the fight. Suddenly, the Dauntless powered up its hidden system. A soft hum grew louder, then exploded into a dazzling wave of energy. The secret weapon was a new type of pulse cannon that could disable enemy ships without destroying them. It sent out a powerful electromagnetic pulse that shut down engines, weapons, and shields. One by one, alien warships began to falter. Engines stalled. Weapons went dark. The fleet's formation broke apart in confusion. Admiral Vrax's voice crackled with fury. "What is this? How can one ship do this?" Captain Myra stood tall on the bridge. "Because humans never fight fair," she said quietly. The Dauntless surged forward, using the confusion to strike hard, with the Zyrek fleet supporting from behind. The humans took control of the battlefield, but the victory was only partial. The alien fleet was vast, and many ships remained active. Still, the secret weapon had changed the fight. For the first time, the humans were winning. "Captain," Lieutenant Brooks said, "this weapon can only be used a few times before we need to recharge." Myra nodded. "Then we make every shot count." The battle was far from over. But the Dauntless had shown the galaxy that even one ship ugly and old could change the course of war. Asterisk. The final stand, the space around the USS Dauntless crackled with energy. Alien warships regrouped, angry and desperate. They had lost many vessels to the secret weapon, but they still outnumbered the humans hundreds to one. Captain Mira Reyes tightened her grip on the command console. Her ship was battered, shields flickering and weapons overheating. But her crew was ready. "Brace for the final attack," Mira ordered. The alien fleet unleashed their full fury. Swarms of fighter ships darted forward, supported by heavy cruisers firing beams of deadly energy. The Dauntless danced through the storm of fire. Its engines screamed, thrusters blazing as it dodged missiles and blasts, shields failing on the port side. The engineer shouted. Myra's voice was calm but firm. "Divert power to shields. Focus all fire on their command ship." The command ship was huge, glowing with deadly weapons. Destroying it would cripple the alien fleet's coordination. Lieutenant Brooks took control of the targeting systems. Firing torpedoes, the missiles sped through space, weaving past enemy fire. They struck the command ship with a powerful explosion. The alien fleet staggered. Without their leader, confusion spread fast. "Now, all ships attack." Myra shouted. The Dauntless and its small allies pressed the advantage. The aliens began to retreat, their numbers breaking apart in panic. But Myra knew this victory came at a cost. Her ship was badly damaged. "Prepare for jump to Earth," she said. "We've won this battle, but the war is not over." As the Dauntless powered up its engines for a faster-than-light jump, Mira looked out at the stars. They had survived against impossible odds. But the galaxy was watching now, and humanity had sent a warning no one could ignore. Asterisk, aftermath, and warning. The USS Dauntless jumped away from the shattered battlefield, stars stretching into bright streaks as faster-than-light engines roared. The alien fleet was broken, but not destroyed. Captain Mira Reyes stood quietly on the bridge. The ship was scarred, her crew exhausted, but their spirits were strong. They had done the impossible. Back on Earth, the news spread like wildfire. One human battleship had stood alone against 847 alien warships and lived. Admiral Marla Chun addressed the world. "This battle shows the courage and strength of humanity. We warned the galaxy. Do not underestimate us." But the war was far from over. The alien empires were shaken and angry. They would regroup, build stronger fleets, and return. Captain Mira sent a clear message to all alien powers. "We are not weak. We fight with everything we have. Respect humanity or face the consequences." The galaxy had changed. The quiet human battleship had become a symbol of warning. And deep in space, other fleets listened. Some prepared for peace. Others sharpened their weapons. But one thing was certain. The humans had awakened. The war for the stars was only beginning. Asterisk.